Welcome to our newest adventure. My wife and I just recently purchased this 3-acre lot with a charming farmhouse right next to Yosemite National Park. Plus, we're hoping to secure the adjacent 2-acre wooded lot in the near future. If you're new here, we're passionate about nature and wildlife, and we're thrilled to explore and enhance this beautiful property in the Sierra as our wildlife homestead. Harmonizing with wildlife, trees, and lichen-covered granite. A bit about us. We're a family of nature enthusiasts. I'm a fisheries biologist, and my wife, a former environmental scientist. Our young boys are just as excited about this new adventure as we dive into this next chapter of life. Over the years, we've developed a deep appreciation for the outdoors, and now we have the perfect place to nurture our love for wildlife, right here at our home. Moving in has been an adventure in itself. It's never easy, and always a mixed bag of emotions. Luckily, our boys are totally bought in on this move, and we're excited to return back to the familiar, rural mountain way of life. Our first home was in the mountain community, and it feels so right for us to have come full circle, returning to this community of friends, including all of our favorite wildlife. Our boys are already exploring every nook and cranny of the property. In this happy land, there's an amazing 1-acre pond that's over 20 feet deep, a lovely fruit tree orchard, and our neighbors have already informed us about the diversity of wildlife around the area, including the chorus frogs that'll keep you up on spring and summer nights. This is all a major win in my book. Of course, we didn't move up here alone. We've got our 2 indoor cats, Durango and Salida, brother and sister. We rescued them and their 7 siblings last year when they were 4 weeks old, when we found them hidden in our backyard landscaping. Weeks later, we had weaned them from their mother and managed to find homes for all their siblings. But Durango and Salida stayed with us. The move has definitely blown their minds. They're so curious about the new surroundings, especially the outdoors. They love spending a few hours outdoors each day exploring, though we make sure to bring them back inside in the afternoon, before they get into too much trouble and predators such as coyotes get more active. They've been adjusting to their new mountain life just like we have, excited, curious, and loving this new chapter of life. From our past experience living in the mountains, we know there's a ton of wildlife here, from the diverse bird species to larger mammals, including deer, coyotes, foxes, bears, bobcats, and mountain lions. I can't wait to set up my trail camera and see who else calls this property their home. So let's take a tour of this property. We got this amazing pond. As a fisheries biologist, this is what absolutely sold me on the property. There's a beautiful, productive orchard with apples, cherries, apricot, pomegranates, and more. The rest of the property is a mix of pine oak forest, along with a large thicket of blackberries, which the California quail just love, disappearing through the berry-filled understory. And best of all, we're just a stone's throw away from a national forest and Yosemite National Park. The potential here is incredible, and we're eager to see what's in store for us. But even with all this wildlife, an incredible pond, and property, by far the most impactful feature to me about moving here has been the night sky. I can't begin to explain how calming and awe-inspiring this has been for my soul. Happy fellow, to see the darkness of the night sky, the Milky Way, the cosmos, each and every night has been so nice, and I feel so lucky. It's sad to think this is a luxury now. For hundreds of thousands of years, this has been a human experience, enjoyed by all, but now left only to the privileged few like me. So this makes me both happy and sad in the same vein. There's just no end to the amount of work required for ecological justice, an area that I like to think encompasses aspects of both environmental justice and social justice. Moving in with the kids has been a mix of chaos and fun. They're already claiming their favorite trees and spots by the pond. And organizing everything? Well, let's just say that's a work in progress. Luckily, there's a walkout basement, which has been a catch-all for most of our random possessions. But I'm stoked on this part of the house too, because it'll make a great place to store all my bird seed and other food we produce on the property in the future. We'd love to hear your ideas on ways to enhance this property for wildlife, whether it be based on your own experiences or ideas you'd like to see as future videos. We can co-learn together in our 3B community. Should we create a bird sanctuary, plant a wildflower meadow, or create a garden? Let us know in the comments. I know one thing, however, I'm definitely planning to set up trail cameras to capture all the wildlife activity here, so keep an eye out for other videos related to that on the channel in the near future. And before expanding more on our future plans for the Wildlife Homestead, we wanted to let you in on our ambitious goal to reach 1,000 subscribers before our 1-year anniversary next month. We'd love your support in making this happen. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, please give it a like and share it with anyone who might find it interesting as well. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us to keep sharing our passion for wildlife and conservation with you all. For our first year here, I'd really like to just focus on observing and surveying the land to better understand what's working and what's not on the property for attracting and benefiting this ecosystem. Like I said, I plan to set up trail cameras to see what wildlife we have, and also plan to survey our pond to see what the heck's in there. I also know at some point, early in the fall, I'd like to create some sort of bird sanctuary for our native birds, with water features, native shrubs and perches, along with a substantial feeder station to help supplement their feeding this fall and winter. I know for this first year, however, it'll be hard to just stop there. There's just so much potential here. Eventually, I'd like to plant a wildflower meadow, build a bee hotel, a monarch way station, nectar borders around the property, nest box for multiple species of birds, bat boxes, create a garden, and build a shop. That one's more for me, but what I create out of the shop will hopefully benefit our local wildlife. There's so much to look forward to, and do, but I also think it's important to get familiar with the ecology of the property, as it is, seeing what's working and what can be enhanced to benefit our native plants and wildlife down the road. This adventure of ours being more of a marathon than a 100-meter sprint. Now that you've seen how we're starting to build a better home for the wildlife across our property, there's one spot that's already teeming with life, our 1-acre pond. In this next video, we'll quite literally dive deep into the pond's ecosystem, from setting minnow traps to snorkeling, to fishing, to spotting unexpected species both in and around the water on our trail cam. You won't believe what we discover lurking beneath the surface. See you there.